the spy movies which caused James Bond films to make drastic changes. The Bourne Identity is the first film in the Bourne franchise, which has spawned 3 sequels starring Matt Damon and 1 with Jeremy Renner. The films are known for their fantastic action, intriguing CIA internal politics, and the mystery of discovering Jason Bourne's past. When is a good age to introduce kids to these fantastic films? The action can be intense in the series, and the story could be hard to follow for those who don't pay close attention. The Bourne Identity is rated PG-13, and a PG-13 movie is kind of a gray area when it comes to the rating system. They can range from extremely dark and gritty and pushing the R boundary, to extremely kid-friendly, with 1 or 2 situations or words that push it into the PG-13 realm. There is not much foul language in the Bourne Identity. They do use their allotted 1 F word, and a few other cuss words are found within the film, but nothing which would prevent me from letting my 12-year-old watch, or anyone a few years younger than that. The film does have 1 sexual situation, but we just start to see Jason kiss the love interest of the film, Marie, passionately before it cuts away. This isn't anything which would prevent me from letting any age range watch. The reason the movie gets its PG-13 rating is for its intense action. There are brutal hand-to-hand fight scenes, along with some gun violence. There are also a few graphic images from some deaths. The 2 most shocking are when we see the poor landlady who was shot in the head, and when we see the assassin who jumped out the window lying in the street. You don't see the landlady get shot, nor do you see the assassin hit the pavement. If so, this would have been an R movie. The main issue, besides the violence, which would prevent me from letting any kid watch The Bourne Identity, or any of the Bourne films, are the complex stories the movies tell. Is it complex for adults who pay attention? No, but try explaining amnesia to a 7-year-old, along with brainwashing. They would also have to understand the complex political situation going on at the CIA during the film. A secret shadow operation within the CIA who creates programmed assassins is a fantastic concept to base a story around, but not something easy for kids to understand. When I introduce my kids to a movie, I want them to be able to understand most, if not all, the story points. Yes, an 8 to 10-year-old would enjoy the film for the sheer action, but might fail to grasp all the twists and turns the story makes. The parts where they are trying to determine who the body is in the morgue and why it is there could be hard to follow. I guess you could argue to let a child watch when they are younger to enjoy the action, and when they get older they can enjoy the complexity. I think doing this runs the risk of a child being bored by the parts with no action. I remember going to watch The Bourne Identity for the first time and not knowing what to expect. Matt Damon as an action star? Seriously? I love Good Will Hunting, Rounders, and many other films from his early work, and this looked interesting. I remember walking out of the theater and being blown away. I wanted to read the books that the film was based off of, and I remember hoping that there would be more movies based on the character. It is one of the first times I remember buying a DVD as soon as the film was released, which now I have updated to the Blu-ray and digital versions. It is a film franchise that I want my kids to enjoy, and I'm glad that I can now share it with my 12-year-old, if I can actually get him to sit down and watch the films. All of the movies starring Damon are rewatchable, and he pulled off being an action star remarkably well. He didn't have to land a superhero franchise. He carved one out for himself. The Bourne Identity is a fantastic spy thriller, and one which can eventually be enjoyed by all. I think the right age range for a kid to watch is anywhere between 9 to 11, depending on the child. When would you let your kids watch The Bourne Identity, if you have them? What age were you when you first saw the film? Since I'm now becoming an old man, comment and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.